So I wish I could sit here and tell you guys right now that this episode was so insane. This episode was so intense. But truthfully, this was one of the more laid back episodes in the entire series. What's going on, YouTube? So yesterday was insane for me. So many of my shows were on TV in one day. I got to watch The Flash, I got to watch The Fosters, and you know, I actually forgot that Teen Wolf was even on until later. I'm actually currently watching that episode right now, but I had to pause it to make this video. But I digress. The main thing that I didn't like about this episode is that nothing was really resolved. If you guys saw my previous video, I was excited because I was excited to see a lot of answers to a lot of my questions. And I literally got no answers to any of those questions. So, needless to say, I left this episode quite disappointed. Now, that's not to say it was a bad episode, but this show consistently has so many great episodes that anything below that is pretty much looked at as a disappointment. I mean, this episode was pretty good, but I'm not used to watching, just pretty good episodes from the show. I'm used to watching great episodes from the show. And that's what I expect every single week. When you set the bar so high, I expect greatness. Nothing more, nothing less. But anyways, let's get into some of the specifics of this episode. So, Callie was actually riding in the car with the brand new murder suspect, that being Martha's, I think, grandson. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the same guy that Callie was currently riding in the car with. Well, this is awkward. And in a panic to try to get out of the car with him and avoid an accident, Callie swerves the car and gets in an accident anyway with another car and then flees the scene. Now, this is important because it comes back to bite her in the ass later, big time. And can I just say how adorable that Jude and Noah were in this episode? Now, granted, they were stoned, and who isn't adorable when they're stoned? I mean, seriously, it's really not that hard. But I don't recall Jude or Connor having moments quite like this. And that probably has a lot to do with the fact that Jude is a lot more comfortable with his sexuality now, which I guess would make sense to why him and Noah are kind of having better scenes right now, because most of Jude's and Connor's interactions kind of came when Jude was still kind of confused, and he wasn't exactly sure if he liked boys or girls or both. So I guess if you really think about it, it kind of makes sense. And if Jude and Connor were to ever reunite, which I have to think that they are one day, their interactions are probably going to be a lot better. Or at least I would think so. Pretty sure we haven't seen the last of Connor. And am I the only one that never really liked Brandon and that girl with the baby? Funny how I can't even remember her name, but I know her kid's name, Mason, but I can't remember hers. That should tell you how much I like her character. I mean, don't get me wrong, her and Brandon have had, cute moments or whatever, but I've never really bought into her character, nor really cared about her character. And her and Brandon have one of those relationships that you just know for a fact isn't gonna last, and you know for a fact they aren't endgame, so it's pretty much impossible to get too attached to them, or at least for me it is. But to be fair, you can say that about pretty much every ship on this show. And speaking of adorable, was I just speaking about adorable? Anyways, I don't know why I find it so cute how the kids refer to one of the moms as mom and the other as mama. I don't know why, but I've always just found that to be just so adorable. Am I weird? I mean, that's kind of a rhetorical question because I know I'm weird, but am I weird in this instance? I don't know, I just always found that to be really, really cute. So, Nick wasn't present in this episode at all, which absolutely sucked because I was really looking forward to seeing what he was gonna do next, and he wasn't even here. Y'all better make that up to me next week. But he's trying to blame Jesus for the whole attacking him thing, which some may look at as a dick move, but technically Jesus did show up and sock him in the face first. So I can't really hate on him too much for, telling the truth. And is it weird that every time I see Mariana and Matt together now, all I want them to do is just break out in song? I'm sorry, but that one episode with the play ruined my life. If you only knew how many times I watched that part of the episode, or how many times I listened to that song. If you don't already think I have issues, you would now. And seeing them start the operation on Jesus and seeing Mariana cry, I don't know why, but that really got to me a little bit. It really got me going. I can't believe how much I used to hate Mariana, and now I just hate to see her hurt. But look at me, getting emotional over Mariana crying. Meanwhile, Jesus is over there fighting for his life. Priority, bitches. Priorities. And to be honest, I never really warmed up to the new Jesus anyways, so if he did die, I mean, it would suck and everything, but it wouldn't be the first time that Jesus died as far as I'm concerned. So Emma is really blaming Mariana for Jesus being in the situation that he's in. Okay, that's not fair, Emma. I love you and everything, but just because Mariana dated a psychopathic maniac, and just because she didn't let him go when she found out, and just because she kept lying about it to everyone, and yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. So the episode ended with Callie going to give a statement about that hit and run incident that she was in with Troy. Little did she know though, leaving the scene of an accident is a felony. Jesus Christ, Callie. Can you ever stay out of trouble? I mean, I guess this isn't really your fault, but when you're so consistently in trouble, it's really hard to ever give you the benefit of the doubt. Ever. And did anybody notice that the black guy in this scene was on the show? I don't know how many of you guys saw this show, but for anyone who has, you get brownie points. He was on the show Still Standing, which is another one of my favorite shows for completely different reasons. That's more of like a comedy sitcom though, not like a drama like this one, but I'm getting like way off track. So overall, like I said at the start of the video, this episode was kind of disappointing to me just because I expected so much more and I basically got nothing as far as the answers to my questions. Pretty much nothing was resolved in this episode. So I'm really hoping that this is all setting up for a really exciting and entertaining episode for next week. Because if we get 2 episodes in a row with nothing being resolved and the story not really progressing at all, then I'm gonna be mad. And my review for that episode may not be so lenient. Just saying. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments section below. And if you guys really enjoy my videos and want to help me make many more videos for you guys going forward, check out that Patreon link in the description box. But I'm done talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.